Cycle 2, week 9, up, up, and away. So this week is all about rockets. The Cornerstone lesson plan has us doing Stomp Rockets, dueling Stomp Rockets. So there's 2 on 1. And we're going to be using these to talk about acceleration, deceleration, force, gravity, and velocity. So we'll do this outside, out in the big parking lot, out at the end of the building so that we have plenty of space. We won't get them stuck on the roof. Again, I'm making this video in July, so if I make sure you read your email really closely in case I change plans. But, you know, the first thing you should do is just let kids play with us for a little bit and shoot rockets off and have fun with that. But then you can start talking about velocity, gravity, deceleration, acceleration. And there's a really good discussion in your lesson plan. I think it goes a little bit deep for some of the younger kids especially. And it also talks about calculating velocity in miles per second. And I think that we should skip that because I have some extra activities to do in addition to this. So I think I'm not going to print off any of the little worksheets that it has for filling out. So I think what we can do is, so what it suggests is setting up 2 chairs. So we'll take 2 kid chairs out there and we'll set the chairs up on either side, and kids will take turns standing on the chair and then stepping off onto it. And not jumping off, but stepping off onto it, because the stepping off at the same time will control their acceleration. So it will make it so that their acceleration is from the same height at the same speed. So then the only difference is their mass. And so you can talk then about the kids, like who's went higher, who's went lower, why could that be? And it's, of course, kids that are bigger, rockets are going to go higher because they're exerting more force. So that's the Stomp Rockets. And then I also have balloon rockets. And these will just be, you know, filling up and shooting off. You could be doing these at the same time as the Stomp Rockets or afterwards. This is just a fun thing. It's another way to talk about maybe the fuller you get, the further it goes, or I don't know how exactly you can tie it in, but it'll just be another fun rocket thing. And then the last rocket thing just looked really cool. I saw this online as another option. They're called film canister rockets. So every kid's going to have a film canister. And you're going to put a little bit of water in each canister. I'm doing it about halfway. This is the first time I've ever done it, so hopefully it will work right. And then an Alka-Seltzer tab. And these can be broken into halves or quarters. I'm going to do half for now. So I'm going to drop it in, and then I'm going to put the lid on. Oh, I forgot. All the kids got to have safety goggles, safety glasses to wear for this, okay? So pretend like I have those on. So I'm going to put this in, close it, and then we're going to watch and see what happens. Let me get it close. It's going to blow up. We're going to watch. Wait for it. Hopefully it's not going to make a huge mess.
Close your eyes. No.
Woo! That was big! Wow! So the lid, did it hit the ceiling, guys? It may have hit the ceiling. That was a really big pop. So that will be a huge hit. And the fun thing is these can be used over and over again. So you can test it out and maybe do quarter pieces of Alka-Seltzer. Because I have enough Alka-Seltzer for every kid to do like 1.5 maybe or so. So maybe have them try quarters. They might just have to wait a little bit longer for it to explode, but then they could redo it. So that's really, really fun. You can talk about how the pressure builds up in there. It builds up the force. And maybe you can talk about it. You could notice, like, does the lid shoot off higher with more Alka-Seltzer or less? Like, you could try half pieces and quarter pieces and whole pieces and maybe do some experimenting. So that'll be really fun. Little film canister rocket. Okay, so that is week 9.